Hello, Class 4-1 Orange Group. Mr. Waterman here with today's Language Arts lesson on Tuesday, January 25th, 2022. Our Language Arts lesson has been moved to Period 2 today. I'm going to skip spelling for the next couple of weeks because I like doing spelling with you guys in school. So until we are back in class, I'm going to substitute our spelling lesson with an extra grammar lesson or perhaps a lesson dealing with the story activities. But today, we are going to look at our grammar lesson. Okay? So, we're going to have a test today on possessive pronouns. But before that, we're going to go over the answers to yesterday's activity, which was our proofreading activity. Okay? So please remember, some possessive pronouns are used before nouns. My, your, his, her, its, our, your, and their. And please remember that some possessive pronouns can stand alone, such as mine, yours, his, hers, its, ours, yours, and theirs. For yesterday's activity, we had to rewrite the paragraph. You had to make sure all possessive nouns and pronouns were used correctly. We fixed 3 of the sentences together. Now let's go through and check the rest. Please check your answers carefully before we move into today's test. Down the hall, we have ours offices. We don't need the apostrophe S. It should just be O-U-R for our. Okay? So down the hall, we have our offices. The one on the left is mine's, and the one on the right is Fluffy's. It should not be mine's, it should just be mine, M-I-N-E. So let's rewrite it. The one on the left is mine. And the one on the right is Fluffy's. That is correct for Fluffy's. Okay? My office is where we keep ours, Jules. No apostrophe S is needed. It should just be our. O-U-R. My office is where we keep our Jules. They were my mother's. Apostrophe S. Okay? My father bought them for her on his many trips abroad. This should be his, H-I-S. Okay? My father bought them for him. Oops, sorry, for her. On his many trips abroad. He used to travel a lot in order to study whales. That's okay. Okay. On his trips, he met some of the world's top scientists. This should just be his, H-I-S. On his trips, he met some of the world's top scientists. Their knowledge of whales was amazing. This should just be there. T-H-E-I-R. Their knowledge of whales was amazing. And that's it. We've corrected our paragraph. Okay? Now, let's move on into today's lesson, which is the test. The test is 2 pages. It will be on pages 119 and 120. Please listen as I read the directions and go through each of the examples. On page 119, it says to circle the letter before the possessive pronoun that correctly completes each sentence. I want you to circle the letter, and I'm going to add directions, and write the word in the blank. Okay? So you get 2 points. 1 point for circling the letter and 1 point for writing it in the blank. Write the possessive pronoun in the blank. Please listen as I read each one. Number 1. Adelina's village was small and blank Main Street had only a few houses. A. Adelina's village was small and his Main Street had only a few houses. B. Adelina's village was small and our Main Street had only a few houses. C. Adelina's village was small, and its Main Street had only a few houses. D. Adelina's village was small, and their Main Street had only a few houses. 2. The whales came to Mexico to have blank young. A. The whales came to Mexico to have their young. B. The whales came to Mexico to have your young. C. The whales came to Mexico to have my young. D. The whales came to Mexico to have her young. 3. Although blank first visit to La Laguna was in June, this year I'm going in January. A. Although his first visit to La Laguna was in June, this year I'm going in January. B. Although theirs first visit to La Laguna was in June, this year I'm going in January. C. Although my first visit to La Laguna was in June, this year I'm going in January. D. Although her first visit to La Laguna was in June, this year I'm going in January. 4. Adelina knows the ocean very well because blank whole family works on the water. A. Adelina knows the ocean very well because my whole family works on the water. B. Adelina knows the ocean very well because their whole family works on the water. C. Adelina knows the ocean very well because our whole family works on the water. D. Adelina knows the ocean very well because her whole family works on the water. 5. Pachiko made a sign for his business, and blank letters are large and easy to read. A. Pachiko made a sign for his business, and hers letters are large and easy to read. B. Pachiko made a sign for his business, and their letters are large and easy to read. C. Pachiko made a sign for business, and its letters are large and easy to read. D. Pachiko made a sign for his business, and my letters are large and easy to read. Please check your answers before moving on to page 120. Here's the second page of the test. Please remember, some possessive pronouns are used before nouns. My, your, his, her, its, our, your, their. And please remember, some possessive pronouns can stand alone. Mine, yours, his, hers, its, ours, yours, theirs. For the mechanics, remember, add an apostrophe and an S to a singular noun to make it possessive. Add an apostrophe to make most plural nouns possessive. Add an apostrophe and S to form the possessive of plural nouns that do not end in S. And please remember, possessive pronouns do not have apostrophes. Go back and look at all of our notes. Here are the directions. Read the sentences below about a girl who gets swallowed by a whale. Then, rewrite each sentence, replacing the underlined possessive pronouns with possessive nouns. Please listen as I read each sentence. 1. Its mouth was as big as a cave. Replace its with what we are talking about as a possessive noun. 2. In came a great rush of water, washing her down its throat. Remember, it's. Who are we talking about? 3. Her eyes had to get used to the darkness in the whale's belly. Who are we talking about? 4. Soon she saw she was lying in a pile of fish. Their scales were stuck to her whole body. Their scales. Who are we talking about? Her body. 5. She knew her father was nearby. She thought she could hear the motor of his boat. She hoped he would rescue her. His is referring to who? And those are the only hints that I can give you. You can go back and you can look at all of the other pages before you take this test. Take your time. Make sure you rewrite the sentences with the correct possessive nouns. Good luck. If you have any questions, please feel free to email Mr. Waterman. Stay safe and well, students, and have a great day studying. I will see you in Thursday's classes. Bye-bye for now.